Hello and happy Wednesday or whatever day you're watching this. We are officially 2 weeks away from Christmas, so it means it is gift giving crunch time. If you are a wellness girl who loves all things health and exercise, nutrition, you name it, this gift guide is for you. Or if you're somebody who has a person in their life who also loves wellness and you're a dad, a sibling, an aunt, a kid, whatever, you have somebody in your life who loves health, who really loves taking care of herself, this gift guide is also for you, just to give you some tips on how to treat her right this Christmas season. I've created a whole list of gifts that I think a wellness girl who is really dialed into her health would just love to receive this Christmas season. So these are all things that I've been loving personally this year, and if I don't have them, then they're definitely on my wish list for Christmas of 2024. I thought it would be helpful to break these gifts down into little subcategories so that we could represent the wellness girl as a whole. So first we're going to start with exercise. The first thing that has been on my mind lately has been getting a walking pad. So this would be something that kind of just slides underneath your desk, and you can stand or raise your desk and you can walk while you work. So if you have a girl who is sitting down normally for work and she's got a 9 to 5 and it's in front of the screen, this is great for her to get her daily movement in without even having to really think about it. Or if she has a treadmill like I do, I personally would love to have a treadmill attachment that doesn't just lay there, but it also kind of raises up so that I can put my laptop on top and I'm not like hunched over and worried about getting some sort of hunch or pains in my back. So there are things that kind of lay across, but you can also adjust the height and the angle. And the girl who loves wellness can get so much work done this way. Another really thoughtful gift for the wellness girl is a membership or some sort of a guide that she's interested in. So for me, I'm just starting to get into Pilates. So I personally would love a Pilates membership that does reformer classes, or you could do some sort of like 5-class package, whatever the local studio offers. Or you can do some sort of a guide. So there are so many influencers out there who have written their own guide. Who is your girl interested in? What type of exercise is she into? And is there somebody out there that has created a guide for this person in your life to better herself in that area of exercise that she's super interested in? Another thing that I believe all girls who are into wellness needs is a very nice yoga mat. So I'm talking thick, not plush, but like almost thick rubber, nice, sturdy yoga mat. They come in handy so often. Like when she needs to stretch and she's got kids running around her, or she just doesn't have the space, she can lay the yoga mat out wherever she is in her space and stretch wherever she needs to. This is also good for doing Pilates classes or taking it to yoga or having a girls' night. I was invited recently to a wellness night where all the ladies brought in their own yoga mats and we worked on pelvic floor physical therapy. And that was one night that I just really remember and thought it was so special. And that night I was really grateful to have my own nice yoga mat. I feel like this rings true, correct me if I'm wrong, but every wellness girl needs a good pair of Bluetooth headphones. And they don't have to break the bank. Like I have a pair from Amazon. The battery life lasts for days and they kind of curve around the back of the ear. They stay on while I'm running. They stay on while I'm weightlifting or just getting sweaty in general. These have been so clutch because I love to listen to podcasts. I love to listen to upbeat music while I'm doing a hard workout that I really don't feel like doing. And so I really think that headphones are just a foolproof way to make your wellness girl so happy. along the lines of headphones is creating her a list of podcasts that you think would benefit her. Or on the flip side of that, are podcasts that you've listened to this year that have somehow changed your life. Compile a list and give it to her with the headphones, and that makes it even more sentimental. That's a complete gift right there. So I personally don't have these yet, but these are on my Christmas 2024 wish list, is some ankle weights for Pilates. Honestly, I am not even really to the point yet where I can strap on ankle weights and do the pulses that Pilates requires, but we will build up to it. And I know that that's such a fun gift for girls to receive. And on the lines of weights as well is getting some sort of dumbbell set that she can switch herself. So they're adjustable, and she doesn't have to have an entire rack of weights, which is a really great thing for women, especially like me, who are more into having less things. They have a place where they go and everything is in order. Adjustable weights are going to be the way to go. Another gift I was thinking of that actually is helpful to give a girl who loves wellness is a pair of running socks. And I personally love to use the Belega brand. They just have been so tried and true. I love the crew ones. I love the low cut ones. And honestly, I just have about 5 pair that I rotate, and they have stayed in great shape, and they've helped prevent blisters, and they've really held up in training and running. Another thing is Pilates socks. And so these have like little sticky things on the bottom so that she's not slipping and sliding around when she's doing Pilates. My mom actually got me these years ago for Christmas, and I'm so grateful for them. To wrap up the exercise list is a foam roller. And oh, I have such a love-hate relationship with the foam roller. It is so painfully glorious. It's where you have this roller about yay long, and it's kind of grooved, and you put it down on the floor and just kind of roll over your muscles on it, and it burns like I don't even know what to say appropriately. It really burns, but it releases pain, a lot of pressure, and a lot of lactic acid, and helps you recover. And it is really intense, but really amazing. Next category for the Christmas gift guide for the girl who loves wellness is the kitchen. So if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I have 3 kids and I cook everything from scratch. And it's by personal choice, and it's just what I love to do. It's basically how I tell my family, I love you. And so number 1 on the list to get your girl who loves wellness is a Vitamix or some sort of machine that is similar to a Vitamix. I don't have the Vitamix. I think it's like a Nutra, something in the NutriBullet world, but it looks like a Vitamix. It gets the job done. I got it from Costco, and it has served me well. I use this thing just about daily to make smoothies, any sort of muffin batter. I make nut butters and seed butters with it. I do different things with roasted squash and make guacamole and purees and different soups. And it has saved my butt. It has saved a lot of time, a lot of elbow grease, and I am forever grateful for mine. The second thing in the kitchen category is an electric kettle. This is also something that I use every single day for different reasons. So I use it for heating up water to room temperature if I'm about to make a sourdough loaf and my fridge has freezing cold water, or I want to make tea, or I'm making some sort of electrolyte drink where I want to have it a little bit warmer. And so I do warm water that I heat it up to like 175 degrees, and I add in honey and some mineral salt and lemon juice. And I use that as like a pre-workout instead of using something, let's say, processed. I use my electric kettle every single day, and it is also a lifesaver. Another thing that you can get your girl who loves wellness is a digital kitchen scale. Just like my kettle and my mixer, I use this thing every day. So I need to measure out certain ingredients, and a lot of times the measurements are in millimeters or grams or something that your normal Pyrex measurement cup is not going to do. So I have a digital scale, and that helps me to make sure that I'm making all the recipes correctly. And if your girl is thinking about, I might want to start counting my macros, or I want to count my calories, I'm not saying that she should do that. I'm saying, like, if she wants to, then this would be a gift to give to her. If you give her this gift, I would say it's more for cooking, not that she needs to go and count her calories, if that makes sense. Another great reason to have a kitchen scale is if your girl is into making her own coffee pour over. And so if she wants to have a pour over like they make at the coffee shops, you have to have an electric kettle. You have to have a digital scale. You also have to have the filter contraption. And in order to do it correctly, you're going to use that electric kettle over the filter, and it sits on top of the scale. And that's exactly how we make our best cups of coffee ever. I am rarely in charge of this. I'm very lucky to have a husband who brews our own coffee. He roasts our beans, and we are usually set. And that is one way that he shows me love, and I absolutely love it. But if your girl is interested in doing her own cup of coffee, or you're interested in making it for her, then also getting a kitchen scale is the way to go. Now, this sounds like a rinky-dink gift, but don't sleep on it. She needs some glass Tupperware. This glass Tupperware is going to be non-toxic, longer lasting, stores in the fridge super easily, and she can bake with it. So I have glass Tupperware that I've been using for years now that has really been so helpful in my mind of like, oh, we're not ingesting a bunch of microplastics, or this is BPA free, or whatever it is. My mind goes kind of wild about toxins. So this really eases my mind to think, okay, I'm putting my hot food into a glass Tupperware rather than in plastic that could essentially melt into your food and you would ingest later on. So glass Tupperware for sure. Another fun thing that you can get her that absolutely will not break the bank is a to-go coffee mug that has a lid. So if I'm going anywhere in the morning, like dropping my kids off at school, or the other day I actually took my oldest to a birthday party that started at 9 a.m. So you better believe I had my to-go coffee mug with my lid on so that I could drink my coffee on the road. This is a great gift for her. She can also fill it with water. I'm not much of a giant water bottle person. I'm much more of a hey, you really thought about how I love coffee and tea. That's so sweet of you to get me a to-go coffee mug when I'm on the run. In the category of the kitchen, we are going to go into a subcategory of food and start with mineral sea salt. The only salt I use in this house now is called Baja Gold Mineral Sea Salt, and it's because it has 70 different trace minerals in it and has a lower sodium content. So they actually get this salt from the sea, and it's full of all the minerals that we need. I'm not lucky to live by the ocean, but this makes me feel like I'm there in some sort of a way, even though that's not the reality. But at least I know I'm getting the trace minerals that me and my family need inside my water, inside my food. It's just overall better for you than any sort of table salt. And I feel like I've talked about coffee a lot. Obviously, you can tell that I love coffee. It is just the best part of my day. But I think a great gift for a girl who loves wellness is a bag of coffee beans from your local coffee shop. Or if she doesn't have a grinder for the beans, then get her a grinder and a bag of coffee, or get her a bag of coffee that the beans are already ground up. But in doing this, you're giving her fresh coffee that you can almost ensure is free of mold. Usually the coffee that's sitting around in the grocery stores does have trace amounts of mold in it, But usually if you go to your local coffee shop and get a bag of beans there or a bag of ground beans, then you're ensuring that it's fresh, delicious, and can actually have health benefits for her. Another great food gift that is simple yet effective and kind is to get local honey from wherever you are. This will have antimicrobial benefits, helps with seasonal allergies, and is just all around delicious. Another thing too is to get her like a nice bottle of olive oil. Honestly, they're kind of hard to come by. If you can find a good brand, let me know, because I'm looking for one that I can put over salads and not have to worry about it being rancid or filled with something random. I know there are some local shops that sell some, and I think we actually have one where I am. I need to go and check it out. But yes, olive oil. Another thing that you can give her in the kitchen is your time and your love by making her and potentially your whole family a meal. So that means you're planning the meal, you go out and grocery shop, you make the meal, and you clean it up. And I promise you, this will be massive for her if she's not having to think about what protein are we having, what are the sides we're having, and how am I going to get all the kids down at this time, and yada, yada, yada. The list goes on. If you can take that off of her plate, that would be such an amazing Christmas gift for her. I must say that my husband jumps in and cleans the kitchen at least 3 times a week. And every time he does it, I just am like, I hit the jackpot. It is amazing. I'm so grateful. So do that for her. Think of some sort of way that you can serve her that is unique, especially if you don't have the funds this year to go out and get her a gift. Do acts of service, because those can sometimes go an even longer way than getting her something physical. Okay, let's travel on over to the world of beauty. Okay, I gotta say, I don't know much about beauty, but what I have found that works for me, I am loving and just feel like it is totally okay for me to share with you, even though I am not like your beauty girl. So, first things first, is this Say Beauty illuminator. You can tell I have really loved this well, and I need a new one. Just today I had to cut it open and get the rest out. But this is a clean illuminator that you put on the bottom layer of your makeup right over your skin, and it just gives you a shine and a glow that is so nice. When I don't wear it, I can definitely tell. I can't remember the exact name, but it'll be in the links below. The second thing is also from Say Beauty, and I think I'm saying that name right. I don't know. Please tell me I'm crazy if I'm wrong. This is a dewy blush in the color Rosy, and I'm wearing it right now. I just do 2 little dabs. You can see that it almost looks like a lip gloss. But I just do 2 little dabs on my cheeks, and then I take my liquid brush and kind of just blend it in. And then I use this bronzer called Milk in the shade Dazed. And this has lasted me for a whole year now. I don't know how much I have left, but it looks like this. And then I just take it and go on my cheeks here, and then 2 dashes up top. Blend that all in, and it's just a clean bronzer that makes you look like you've been kissed by the sun, even if you haven't been, which is almost better. And then my tried and true lip gloss is Tower 28 in the shade Pistachio. This is really the love of my life. It is just, I use it every day and it makes me so happy. I'm wearing it right now. And one of the things I really love about it is it kind of replaces a chapstick and a lip gloss. And not that it has like a chapstick texture, but it goes on and it kind of tingles a bit, and not in a way that's like a lip plumper. I don't know how else to describe just the actual magic of this Tower 28 Pistachio lip gloss. This is the move for sure. Another thing along the lines of beauty is to get a clean sort of soap, something that is made from like cast iron soap or something from olive oil, or even a friend got me one that has coffee in it. Look at me talking about coffee again. I think I have a problem. But any sort of clean soap that is even locally made. Like just the other day, we had a market down the road and there were so many soaps. They just looked perfect. Another thing, somewhat along the lines of beauty, is getting a fluoride-free toothpaste. So fluoride can be another sort of toxin that can build up in our body. And so getting her fluoride-free toothpaste is a way to say, hey, I care about you. I care about your health. And here you go. Let's talk outerwear. Just like beauty, I'm not much of a person who is like, oh, these are the clothes I'm wearing today. And, you know, who's wearing this and I'm just not really into clothes. But there are some things that I am loving right now. And even along the lines of clothes is just outerwear in general. So the first thing is some blue light glasses. These are from Warby Parker that I got years ago. And we ended up investing in a good pair because I needed something that was going to last a good while. Ooh, these need to be cleaned. But I'm on my computer a lot, and so the blue light really affects me, but these glasses help so much. I even have them on for TV. We have pairs for our kids. My husband has a pair, and we can tell that if we've been on the computer or watching TV without our glasses on, we get headaches. You don't have to get a nice brand. It's just grab a frame that you think would be nice. It's just a way to say, hey, I love you. Let's take care of your eyes. So if you're a girl who loves wellness, you know that crew necks are probably the best gift ever. And so this year, my husband got me a crew neck that was from our local coffee shop. Here I go again, talking about coffee. But our local coffee shop called Frothy Monkey has been selling these crew necks, and they are supporting a couple good causes in the greater Nashville area, which is where I'm from and currently living. And I just think it's an awesome thing and such a great gift. And then if you get her the comfy sweater, you're saying, hey, here's this comfy crew neck. I recognize that I want to get you a gift for Christmas, but I also believe that Christmas is about not giving gifts. You know, it's not about giving gifts at all. It's actually about Jesus and joy and the peace and the love that he's given us. And so let's give back together. And I think that that is such a cool gift and something that is really thoughtful. One of my top favorite gifts that I've gotten is some wool slippers, and I've actually requested another pair for this year. So they are these, and I must say that none of this is sponsored, by the way, guys. This is all just stuff that I am absolutely loving for the year. So these are made in Portugal. They have a hard rubber bottom. They are so warm and cozy on the inside. But they don't overheat you at all, and they're super comfy, and you can wear them indoors and outdoors. So I've actually turned these into outdoor shoes, and it wasn't really on purpose. It just kind of happened that way. So I'm getting another pair this year to be strictly indoor. So I'm very excited about that. And then along the same lines of wool slippers is you can get wool socks, because they kind of do the same thing. They can just go inside a boot or just to wear around the house, and they're comfy, sustainable, and cozy, and just cute in general. Another category that we're going to go into is detox. So if you are a girl who loves wellness, or you know a girl who loves wellness, you know about detox. So one of the things that I absolutely lean on in my season of just detoxing my body is USP grade Epsom salt. So I buy Epsom salt from Sprouts, but they also have it everywhere. It just needs to be USP grade and unscented, because it's got the magnesium and it has no added scents that can cause irritation or an allergic reaction or anything of the sort. And so this Epsom salt is going to make your body be able to absorb magnesium straight through the skin. It's going to relax your muscles and your joints, remove toxins from your body, and give you the best sleep of your life. This is my number one sleep fix, especially if I'm like dealing with anxiety or something. I will hop in a detox bath right before bed for about 20 minutes or more. and I sleep like an absolute rock, and it is just a lifesaver for me. Another thing for detox is loose leaf tea, and getting her some sort of, it's like a loose leaf tea encapsulator that has some sort of stem made of stainless steel, and you put that loose leaf tea inside and you kind of swirl it around instead of doing the bag tea that has like microplastics or whatever. Even just getting her box tea that has plastic-free tea bags is great. So ginger tea, anything with turmeric, however you say that, or milk thistle, or slippery elm to help seal her gut, or if I said ginger already, I'm sorry, but ginger. Any sort of tea that really can just help her to have warm liquids and be getting more hydrated is perfect. The next thing for detox is castor oil, and this needs to be cold pressed, organic, unrefined, and in a brown glass bottle. Those are all the things that it is the right kind and grade of castor oil for your body. Otherwise, you could be doing more harm than good. And so you would buy this for her, and she could put a drop in her belly button and leave it there through the night, or put it in a castor oil pack where you set the pack on your liver and kind of wrap it around, or just anywhere. Like say you have knee pain and some inflammation going on, you can put it over your knee for the night and it'll draw the toxins out. So definitely get some castor oil. And I'm hearing some crazy things about it. Growing eyebrows, or relieving dark circles under your eyes, or growing your eyelashes. Now, I don't really know much about that, but I will look into it. And if I find that it works for me, I will be letting you guys know. Castor oil for detox for sure. The next category is going to be experiences. So if you feel like things are breaking the bank for you this Christmas season, think of a way that you can do something that's like for free. So around Nashville, we have a lot of different places where you can go on hikes. So you could plan a hike that comes with a picnic that you decided to create. Or if you have a little money to spend, you can go rock climbing, or you could go to a concert, or find something that she is really interested in and create a date night for her and just rock her socks off. She will be so grateful, because honestly, in a way, that's also an act of service, is saying, hey, I see you. I see what you're interested in. Let's go and make a whole night of it. On the more pricey side of experiences, you could get her a wellness gift card. So somewhere where she can get a massage, or go to a sauna, go to a cold plunge. When Michael and I were in Dallas, we were eating at this place that served amazing food. And then right next door, they had this sort of wellness spa that had a sauna and cold plunge. And we were like, I wonder if we could get a day pass. Sure enough, they had day passes. We got those, and we got to have sauna and cold plunge time. And it was honestly probably the best part of our whole trip. So get her a wellness gift card, a day at the spa, whatever it is, especially if she's a mom, and get childcare covered for her so she doesn't have to do it. Even more thoughtful. The last category for the girl who loves wellness and needs some Christmas gifts is mind. So one thing that my neighbor did for me that I thought was really thoughtful was she got me a very nice notebook and with a nice pen, and she wrote me a card that had all the reasons why she got it for me, what she was hoping for me as I wrote through that notebook. And she basically was just saying, like, she wanted me to have the space to get things out of my head and onto paper. And I think that was so thoughtful. And doing that for your person who loves wellness is such a great idea, because it'll cause her to slow down, especially when she sees the notebook or walks past it. She'll be like, man, I really need to make time to just write in this notebook, whether it's through prayer or things that are just like personal journaling in the morning. It really just means she needs to take at least 10 minutes out of her day to write some things down, and that is going to be so good for her mind. Another thing is getting her a nice sound machine. So this sounds funny, but when we had kids, of course, you kind of dial into this world of what does this baby need? Well, one of the things everybody tells you is that you need a sound machine because it sounds like the mother's womb. Turns out I also love a good sound machine. So I fell in love with the sound machines when I had these babies and have not turned back. And so my husband and I sleep with a sound machine every night. And I just think that it is the perfect thing ever because it drowns out all those little random noises in your head or in the house or your apartment or condo that you think is like, is that the kids? Is that a bug? Is it like, what is somebody trying to get in? And really it's just your anxiety going crazy. So it drowns those noises out and lets you have a deep night of sleep. Another thing too that's small but thoughtful is a nice candle. Maybe one that's even homemade. Like I was talking about with those markets, they even have several candles that are around. Just get her a nice scent that you're into, usually like honey or vanilla, cinnamon, pine tree, citrus, whatever it is thoughtful because she can light that candle as she's taking her detox bath or as she's writing out in her notebook that you got her or whoever got her. And it's just the perfect little addition to setting the mood for the home. The last thing that I don't personally have, and I don't know that I will actually pull the trigger on one day, is a light phone. I don't know if you've heard of these, but if your girl in your life that is into wellness is saying, man, I really wish I could just unplug for a while. I want to delete my social media apps. I don't want to be on Instagram or TikTok, or I just don't want notifications on my phone all the time. You could get her a light phone, and she said she could switch to a light phone for a bit. And essentially it's this little phone that has a screen but it's kind of in grayscale, and you can text, call. I think it has maps and like maybe two other essential things, but it's like a flip phone that is cute. And I say I don't know that I would have one because I think that was for like past Olivia, where I was in like that 6 years of not having social media and really kind of like figuring out who I was and what I wanted in life and not looking at other people's lives. I think it was for that Olivia. So if you have a girl who is trying to figure out who she is, but is being bombarded by the world, this could be the perfect gift. I think it's around $300. My husband has one and switches from his smartphone to his light phone. Sometimes he'll be on his light phone for a couple months in the year. Sometimes he goes back to his other phone mainly for work or whatever it is. But a light phone could be a really great gift for that girl who loves wellness and is wanting to unwind. And that's it. That's my compiled list of things that I have loved or feel like I'm going to love, and with the exception of the light phone. But I hope that you've got more ideas spurred in your head or know exactly what you want to get the girl in your life who loves wellness. My name is Olivia. This is Healing Mavericks. I'm so glad you were here to hang out with me. Let me know what you end up getting the girl in your life who loves all things wellness. And Merry, Merry Christmas.